Cats speak a language most of us never fully hear. It's not meowed or purred into existence. It lives in the pauses, the glances, the way they position their bodies in a room. Understanding this silent vocabulary transforms everything about living with cats. It reveals that what we often mistake for aloofness is actually a sophisticated communication system, one that operates on frequencies of trust and respect rather than volume and drama. Watch a cat in complete repose near you. Legs tucked, eyes half closed, breathing slow and even. This tranquility is their loudest declaration of love. As creatures caught between being hunter and hunted, cats carry ancient programming that demands constant vigilance. Every relaxed muscle is a conscious choice to let their guard down. When your cat sprawls across the floor in your presence or stretches languidly on the couch while you read, they're essentially saying they believe you'll keep them safe. This kind of vulnerability isn't casual. It's cultivated through countless quiet moments where you've proven yourself predictable, gentle, and trustworthy. The deepest affection cats offer often looks like nothing at all, just peaceful coexistence. Human love tends to grab and squeeze and hold tight. Feline love steps back and waits for an invitation. Understanding this difference is crucial. Every cat carries their own comfort blueprint. Some relish being cradled like babies. Others panic when their paws lose contact with solid ground. The cats who squirm out of your arms aren't rejecting you. They're establishing their terms of engagement. When you honor those terms, you're speaking fluent cat. Forcing affection creates stress that manifests in ways both behavioral and physical, elevating cortisol levels, and sometimes fracturing the bond entirely. Real connection happens when a cat chooses to lean into your hand, not when you decide they should tolerate your embrace. Patience here is love translated into their native tongue. That expressive tail trailing behind your cat is actually a mood ring made of fur and bone. Controlled by an intricate network of muscles connected to the spine and nervous system, it broadcasts emotional data in real time. When you come home to a tail held vertical with perhaps a slight curve at the tip, you're being greeted by a cat experiencing genuine happiness. That tiny quiver or vibration at the very end, that's the feline equivalent of excited anticipation, a physical manifestation of joy. Cats evolved in environments where vocal communication could mean exposure to danger, so they developed this sophisticated silent signaling system instead. A raised tail extended toward you is an olive branch, a white flag, an open door. When your cat consistently offers this greeting, they're revealing an emotional investment that goes beyond mere cohabitation. Play is where instinct meets intimacy. When a cat crouches, pupils dilated, rear end wiggling before the pounce, they're not just burning energy. They're inviting you into their inner world. Interactive play sessions create neurochemical responses in both species. Oxytocin, that molecule associated with bonding and attachment, floods both feline and human brains during these moments. Research confirms what cat lovers have always suspected. These animals form genuine attachment bonds with their people, and play is one of the primary mechanisms through which those bonds solidify. Every time you drag a feather wand or roll a toy mouse, you're having a conversation in a language that predates domestication. You're acknowledging who your cat is at their core and saying you want to meet them there. In the calculations of a cat's mind, food equals survival, and whoever controls food becomes associated with security and comfort. While wild cats face the uncertainty of the hunt, your cat knows meals arrive with reassuring regularity. This reliability builds emotional architecture. A well-timed treat isn't bribery, it's communication. It says, "I'm thinking of you, I want to bring you pleasure." But like any language, moderation matters. Overuse dilutes meaning and brings health complications that undermine well-being. When food is offered thoughtfully rather than constantly, it maintains its power as a gesture of care, a small daily reminder that you understand what matters to them. Here's something remarkable. Cats essentially invented a language specifically for talking to us. Adult cats rarely meow at each other. That's a communication channel they reserve for humans. Over thousands of years living alongside people, cats figured out that we respond to vocal cues, so they developed personalized repertoires of sounds. Your cat's particular chirp when they see a bird, their demanding yowl at dinner time, their soft questioning trill when you arrive home. These are all carefully crafted for your ears. Some researchers note that certain purr frequencies even mimic the pitch of human infant cries, potentially triggering our caregiving instincts. When you learn to distinguish between your cat's various vocalizations and respond appropriately, you're validating their attempts to bridge the species gap. You're confirming that communication is a two-way street. Sleep is surrender. It's the moment when all defenses drop, when predators become possible prey. Cats understand this on an instinctual level, which makes their sleeping locations intensely meaningful. When your cat chooses to curl up against your leg, drape themselves across your chest, or claim the pillow beside your head, they're making a profound statement about how they perceive you. You are their safe harbor, their chosen protector, the one being in their world they trust enough to be completely defenseless around. This behavior cannot be coaxed or trained into existence. It emerges organically from a foundation of consistent care and mutual respect. If your cat shares sleep space with you, you've achieved something many spend years hoping for. You've become their person completely and without reservation. Now you can see what was always there. The raised tail welcomes the relaxed postures, the intentional proximity during rest. These aren't random behaviors but deliberate communications in a language that values subtlety over spectacle. When you recognize these signals, you're not just a provider of food and shelter. You're a true companion who speaks your cat's native language. This understanding deepens the relationship in ways that transform ordinary moments into profound connections, turning the simple act of sharing space into an ongoing conversation about trust, respect, and love.